So PwC have hypothesised how organisational models and employment structures will evolve over the next decade, given the rise of gig economy and automation. Within that, we see a spectrum from companies driven by purpose and impact on society to those driven by profit and shareholder value, against another axis, which is around centralisation versus decentralisation and fragmentation. And within that, there are 4 types of company. The blue world, which is the corporate company, driven by profit, centralised corporate model. We've got a values-driven company, which is the green world. We've got a social purpose, fragmented company made up of alliances and guilds and joint ventures. And then an innovation startup type structure in the red world. There is a shift in UK society, certainly, towards companies that are driven more than profit, actually, brought more by the impact on society. That's the green world. So I can see that, a growth in that type of organisation evolving. I also think as we grow in the UK economy around small and medium companies, the rise of the yellow world will emerge, because that is about like-minded companies working together. So I place a bet on a shift towards the green and yellow world, away from the blue at the moment.
The second idea was around flexible working and what happens when and if that becomes the norm. So first of all, around tax planning, regulation, but also what competencies we'll need as managers and leaders to be able to manage that workforce effectively.
The work-first model is going to change over the next decade, but it is going to be different depending on the type of business. For I've always worked for very fast-growing companies, and for us, yes, it's a blend of FTEs and contingent workers, and making sure that they are both fulfilled and they're getting the best out of the work that they're doing in the organisation. That means that we need to be thinking about what are they doing on this tour of duty, how are they going to get better this year, what are they going to be taking to the next role, rather than thinking about individuals staying in an organisation for 10, 20 years. We need to find a better method of proactively attracting talent, and the only way to do that is by building a talent ecosystem around the company where you're engaging with people that could work for you in the future at any time. Those people could be ex-employees, they could be future employees, they could be future contingent workers, but unless you're actually engaging with that talent in a CRM model, then you can never access the talent as quickly as you need to scale up the business at the pace that you need.
So there's a big issue for any organisation that relies on contingent workers, because there's going to be more regulation, there's going to be more tax risk. What they need to do is salami slice their workforce, really look at the ones who are genuinely self-employed, make sure they're engaged on a genuinely self-employed basis, probably being paid on a fixed price basis for a defined deliverable. And otherwise, all of the rest, the ones being paid on a time and materials basis, on a sort of consultancy basis, you're probably going to find they're increasingly going to get employment rights, and more importantly, you're going to be responsible for deducting tax and national insurance. And you need to start factoring that into your budgets and into what you charge clients for your services so that you can cover your increased costs.